everyone, welcome to another review. Here's my review for the movie Hardcore Henry. This is the movie people are talking about this weekend. And the reason why people are talking about this movie is because this movie is a very unique action movie. This entire movie is all based in the first-person perspective. This entire movie is like a first-person shooter video game. Yes, this entire movie feels like you're in a video game movie like Call of Duty or Infamous or Gears of War, whatever kind of video game. You're in a first-person shooter video game, and that's why a lot of people are going like gaga over this movie, because they're like, this is like a video game brought to life. This is like a live-action video game on the big screen, and honestly, I will agree. This entire movie, it gives you the feeling like you're in a video game, because this entire movie, you're in the point of view of the main character who's walking around with a gun, shooting, killing people, doing missions and stuff. You see boss fights and all that kind of thing. People helping you go to the next level and stuff. That's what this entire movie is. This entire movie is a first-person shooter, like a video game. This movie is like a video game brought to the big screen, and honestly, I did have fun with this movie at first. It's the first-person perspective, the first-person shooter perspective is kind of like a gimmick, and honestly, the gimmick does work. This kind of gimmick makes you more invested with the atmosphere and the world of this movie. I'll admit the lead character himself isn't very interesting, and you really don't give a shit. You just want to see everything through his perspective, and you just want to see him kill everyone and stuff. And honestly, the action in this movie is very creative and a lot of fun. The action is probably the best part of this movie. The action was freaking awesome. It was badass, as you could say. It was fun, entertaining, very well choreographed, very stylized, and it was just very well done, very well directed. And yeah, like the first-person perspective was also really cool. Like, yes, it's a gimmick, but it's a pretty cool gimmick. But unfortunately, the gimmick only lasts for about like an hour. So yeah, for the first hour of this movie, I was enjoying the gimmick, I was enjoying the action. I'm like, yes, I feel like a video game is brought to the big screen. This is really cool and badass. But unfortunately, after an hour in the movie, the gimmick gets a little old. Like, you start to realize this movie has a lot of frickin' problems. And yeah, you kind of get bored of it when it reaches the third act of the movie. Like, it's cool at first, like, seeing these amazing action scenes and seeing this through a first-person perspective, like you're in a video game. That's really cool to see. But unfortunately, the story isn't very interesting, the lead character isn't very interesting. Well, most characters aren't very interesting. Tim Roth is really terrible in this movie. The only characters/actors that are good in this movie is Sharlto Copley from, District 9 and Elysium. He's in this movie, and he brings a lot of the comedy and more of the intrigue in the movie. He's pretty awesome in this movie. But that's about it. None of the other characters in this movie, especially the lead character, is very interesting or even remotely compelling. Like, I didn't really give a shit. I didn't care about the story. I didn't care about these characters. And it really took me out by the ending. By the end of this movie, I'm like, okay, alright, wrap this movie up. Like, wrap it up. Like, I really don't care anymore. But honestly, you go for this movie to see its gimmick. You go for its action, its first-person perspective and stuff. You go for those kind of things. And honestly, those things are enough for you to have a lot of entertainment with this movie. Like, a lot of hardcore video game fans will fucking love this movie. And I completely understand, because it's pretty awesome. For the first hour of this movie, I had a blast with its action and its gimmick. But it kind of caught up on me after an hour, and I lost interest in the movie. But all in all, go see it. The gimmick is cool, the action is cool, Sharlto Copley is great in the movie. But all in all, that's all it's got. That's all it's got for it. It's not a groundbreaking movie. It's not a movie you can watch multiple times, because after you watch it the first time, you will watch it multiple other times, and you're like, wow, this movie really doesn't have a lot of layers to it, and it's not very interesting. Because it isn't. It's not a layered, interesting movie. It's just a cool movie. That's the best description of this movie. Hardcore Henry is just a cool movie. And all in all, I can recommend it to people, especially people who are big fans of first-person shooters. If you're a fan of those kind of movies, you will probably have a lot of fun with this movie. I did have fun with this movie, but I did have a lot of problems with it, and it's not a movie I would ever see again. So yeah, scale 1 to 10, I'll give the movie Hardcore Henry a 6.7 out of 10. So yeah, all you video game lovers, go check it out. So yeah, that was my review for the movie Hardcore Henry. So yeah, in the comment section below, please tell me, did you see this movie? And if you did, what did you think of it? Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like, subscribe to this channel, and join the dark side.